Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Alpha Traders. This is your yesterday, Monday, and today, Tuesday trading days. Crypto and Clown World live from the Crypto Caravan, soon to be on the road Friday morning. I will be heading east. It is finally, time has come to leave the Tahoe Basin behind. It's very, it's going to be a sad experience, but I can deal with it. I got a lot to look forward to. I'm in love with my property. I got to get there. Good stuff. Good stuff. What's going on in Bitcoin? What is going on with Bitcoin, for crying out loud? All right. I talked yesterday. We put out a stream talking about how right before the institutional futures opened up, they threw a gap on them boys. They threw like a $2,000 gap on the institutional futures. Do I believe in those types of gaps? No, 100% I don't, but it's there. And I'm telling you, there's enough people that do believe in that shit. Who knows what the algos will do? That's why we trade low time frame volatility, right? So the only kind of gaps I ever am talking about, there's one right now with the weekly price action volatility range. Here's the new top of the weekly. Bitcoin has not tested it yet. Bitcoin only got within about $220 of testing the top of yesterday's daily, right? Red alert, red alert. It's already rejecting off the new tight, about $190 daily price action volatility range. I just got telling some of the members of the community, I am not interested in any longs right now. No long scalps until this gets worked out, right? These are powerful ranges. The bears will test the bulls. You can go back in time. We talk about this over and over and over again. It always plays out. There's been one time, right? And that daily price action volatility range is at around 64K. Bitcoin did not go up and test it, and we started dumping. So that's one of the only times since I've used this indicator that either a daily, a weekly, or a monthly price action volatility range has not got tested. And I'm just telling you right now, you've got the top sides of about 45.8, right? 45.8. And so if we go over here onto our ultimate power mean, the Gaussian mean, the skinny white line of the deviation bands on the daily chart. That's what these pink dots are down. That's what the pink and blue dots are, right? These are 3 standard deviation levels. These are 3 standard deviation levels on the daily candle of our deviation bands. The mean of that is where? It's at 45.8, right? 45.825. There's a lot of confluence there. So what am I trying to tell you guys? Be careful out there, right? If you're over leveraged long right now and you have not taken your profit, shame. That's right. I don't usually throw the shame. Shame on you, man. Take your freaking profit. You know, this isn't a game of ego. This is a game of profit and loss. You cannot be a successful trader if you do not take your profits, right? You're sitting in the Discord going, oh, I got this entry. Hey, I got this entry. Who's taking their profit? Professional traders are. Well, what's it take to be a professional trader? It doesn't have to be your full-time job, right? If you're not emotionally attached to your trades, if you take your profit and you limit your losses, you are a professional trader. Why do I say that? Because when you learn how to trade volatility, probability, and statistics, and you are doing those 3 things, you're probably winning 8 out of 10 trades. You're killing it, man. You're absolutely slaying the markets. That's what you need to realize. Now, I'm talking about trading low time frame volatility on the 5 and 15-minute chart. Do you know who else trades down there on the 5 and 15-minute charts? The high frequency trading firm algorithms that provide probably 80 to 90% of the liquidity that's driving any markets. You're not going to hear any other YouTubers talk like this. Why? Because they're frauds. Shout out to you, YouTube Jimmy. All of you. You're all Jimmy. You're just a big ball of YouTube Jimmy. There's guys, come on. If you're watching these guys, all the power to you. If you want to give them clicks on YouTube, if you want to buy their programs, you are their liquidity. They are making money off you. They're not trading the markets, right? Because you don't hear any of them talking about trading volatility, probability, and statistics on the low time frame. They're all talking about swing trade in Bitcoin. You don't swing trade volatility. It's going to swing trade your ass right into debt. Trust it. That's all I can say about that. Bitcoin going to come down and test this level around 45.8. Could dive deep into the weekly down. This thing could literally drop almost 3K. Okay, so be careful out there. So what do we do as alpha traders? We're on our main chart. We're on the 5-minute. We're on the 15-minute. Look at the 15-minute, right? Look at the 15-minute variance. We're waiting. We're waiting for an outlier to the downside. That's what we're doing right now. So let's go to the 4-hour. 4-hour variance is pretty low. There is a lot of hidden bull div building. And I'm talking about from all the way back here, right? From this range. It's just been building with this lower low. This is a lower low than all over here on the returns oscillator, especially just recently, right? This low right here above the zero mean was right before the pump, right? So you got higher lows on Bitcoin status set, lower lows on the returns oscillator. That's the 4-hour. Let's go to the 90-minute. Let's see what the 90-minute's telling us. 90-minute. You know what? There is no divergence. No divergence. The divergence that is there was bear div, right? Was bear div from this point to this point. This is going to determine, in my opinion, this 90-minute candle is probably going to reject off this zero mean. The fishers are going strong to the downside. The DLP is still dropping. We are literally expanding. You know what? It's actually contracting a little bit negatively correlated. But the volatility is actually expanding, heading into negative correlation. Yeah, well, it's a little flat, actually. It's a little flat. So, I mean, when it's a little flat, negatively correlated, this price action could just walk up from here. And we're actually dropping into trend. This is getting interesting. This is why we use entropy. We use volatility, right? Variance, right? What is variance? It's the spread of data around the mean. What is that spread of data around the mean? It's volatility. The standard deviation of returns is volatility. Period. The end. There's no argument. There's none. Let's see here on the 45. Whoa. Same thing. Just bear div. It was bear div, right? It was bear div on the returns oscillator. Variance on the 45 is pretty low. Coming down, negatively correlated. Let's see here. Well, I'll tell you, here we go again. The only thing not agreeing on the 45 with this thing just moving to the top side, at least short time frame length. We're expanding. The entropy percentile is expanding, negatively correlated. Everything else, right? We've got the volatility is expanding, positively correlated. Log return z-score on the 45 coming back up from the lower levels of the confidence intervals after an outlier. So. But there's no bull div though. There's no bull div. So it would not shock me if we get a rejection here, 45 and 90 off this zero mean. What is this reverse fisher at 45.7? 40. Well, 45.8. That is it, the fisherman. All right. All right. 40 on the 45-minute, the reverse Fisher is right at about is that the center of the top 45 center? Yeah. I mean, it's right there at the top of the weekly price action volatility. There's a little more confluence. Where was it on the 90? The wave trend. Let's see here. Come on. What do you know? Oh, is it just coincidence? You got the wave trend on the 90 at 45.8. You got the reverse Fisher 45.8 on the 45-minute. There's a lot of confluence going down there to test that weekly range. Or actually on the 15-minute, this thing is starting, the variance starting to head up, negatively correlated. Perfect place to reject here too. And the reverse wave trend just on these last two 15-minute candles has crossed down the reverse Fisher. And hidden bear div on the returns oscillator. If it rejects right here, this thing's going to plummet real quick, probably. Let's see. Wow. But entropy and volatility is not agreeing with that. I lay a lot on the divergence between returns and price action, though, especially when you have this reverse Fisher and wave trend above. Now we're talking on the 15-minute. So are we going to get an outlier on the variance? Like over here, it was a move to the top side, down, down, down. What's the variance going to do? Is it going to continue to the top side? Or is it going to just lag off a little bit, come down positively correlated, which will start walking that price action down? Keep an eye on it. Have to keep an eye on it. But yeah, that's pretty much a nice little workflow, little getting in. Let's get over here to, here's what's going on. Here was the 41K low. I started a Laplace distribution projection. These lines you see, these two right here, blue, pink, 68.3% Laplace distribution range. Blue, pink, 95.4% Laplace distribution range. When Bitcoin took off from the 41K low, it immediately got stifled. Wicks right to, not short, not a little bit above, right to the 95.4 Laplace distribution range. Well, Bilbo, what the hell's a 95.4? That means there's a 95.4% chance, 95.4% probability. You hear me say that word a lot? Probability that the data set does not exceed that level. Rejection, rejection, sideways, all-time high, dump. Wick right to that blue dot right there, that wick went right to the dollar that week. Third standard deviation, normal distribution that was right above the bottom side of the 68.3. If you're watching this on YouTube, I don't know, am I spoon feeding you enough to realize traditional TA, man, it's garbage. It's a scam. Figure it out. There's a reason why we trade this way. Now, look at this. Look at the last 2 weeks. Over here on that, we closed above that blue dot. That's the first standard deviation of the top side. Next week, closed above, first standard deviation to the top side. Third week, closed above, first standard deviation to the top side. But that first standard deviation was not above the 95.4. First week, closed above, first standard deviation. Second week, closed above the first standard deviation and nailed the 95.4 Laplace and just stuck in the mud. We opened up the new week, first standard deviation above the 95.4 Laplace distribution range. It wasn't over here. Bitcoin suffered, went a little sideways, all-time high, had about a 55% pullback and wrecked a lot of people. Why? Because they don't take their profit. It's okay. You were probably on the other side of my trade. Thank you. All right, let's see here. We've already pretty much tested the top side, that pink dot, 68.3 Laplace distribution range on the weekly. If Bitcoin this week can close a third consecutive week above the 1SD and close above the 95.4, we're making a run for the 95.4 or the 68.3 Laplace distribution range from the projection from the 41K low, which next week, about $59,000. Okay. And then if we do that, if we do make a run for there, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to come back down and test the top side of the 95.4 right here at about 54.9. And if we get a bounce from here, this thing's running to new all-time highs, probably over $100,000. That's kind of what I'm seeing with the probabilities. But this weekly candle needs to close up here. If it does, we're probably going to make an immediate run back up to 60K. I would imagine we'll probably get a rejection there because that is the top side of the 68.3 from the 41K low. Back down. And if you get a bounce off the top side of the 95.4 of this recent projection, we're running to all-time highs. Let's see how well this ages. Let's see how well this ages. Now, VRE. SPY. Did it have a good day? Sure did. Is SPY bullish? Yeah, man. It is. Yeah. Dailies are ramping up. Okay. Look at the new weekly price action volatility range. Did SPY open up immediately and come down and test it? Even got into the meat of it. Made a run to the bottom side of the 68.3. That's that white cross line. Bounced from there. Closed at the daily R2. That red line right there. But Bilbo, I thought that these candles just went up and they just stopped. They're just hitting some imaginary whatever. The guys, there's either price action volatility ranges, distribution levels. This is where these candles go to. There's a reason. The algos are trading all of this. SPY is looking good. Going to have a new daily price action volatility range, probably around 453, right in here. So I'll look, maybe we open up, maybe pre-market. We come down, test that, SPY goes, takes off. Where is the R1? 456. The weekly R2 is up here at 461. I could see that. I could see over $460 SPY by maybe Thursday when the month closes. But I'm telling you right now, if this thing gets real bullish, you could see a new all-time high. I mean, this thing could just pump. You got a weekly level up here at 482, or a monthly level, sorry. This monthly level right here, 459. That's a monthly R2. So there's a lot of confluence right here for SPY by Thursday to be closing up in this range. Could exceed it. Really could. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, these markets, they're looking bullish. The volatility, everything's looking bullish. Let's see here. And see, I'm not like regular YouTube people. When I'm talking about bullish, I'm not talking about get on the 4 hour. If I could just put a long in and go 50x. I'm talking about the volatility is bullish. So when I'm trading the 5 and 15-minute charts, I'm using my entire account. No leverage at all. Say maybe I have 3 Bitcoins in that account. I'm scalping 3 Bitcoins. When Bitcoin moves $1,000, that's 3K in profit, right? So when I say the charts are looking bullish, I'm going to allocate my entire account to scalping to the top side. If I counter trend trade that, I'm going to use about a third or a quarter of my account. This is all about P&L. You follow those 3 rules I mentioned earlier, and you do what I just said right there, right? As a volatility trader, this is what I would do. Okay? This is never financial advice. This is how I trade. This is what creates a good P&L. Your profits are massive, right? And you're even scalping, you're counter trend trading, but you're not using all of your account because that could turn on you in a heartbeat and you got to quickly limit your loss. But if the trade does go with you when you counter trade to the downside, you're still making profit. It's good times. Good times. Markets are looking good. NASDAQ, since SPY closed for the day, NASDAQ had a good run. But hey, let's see here. Everything's been tested to top of the weekly, just like SPY. NASDAQ tested its weekly. Now, NASDAQ, here's the top of the daily, right? Up here at about 14,933. That at least needs to be tested. Who knows? You see Bitcoin start to climb down to those numbers I was talking about. You're probably going to see NASDAQ drop down here into the daily range, maybe a 68.3, 14,850. All right, so it can drop 100 points. Maybe until SPY opens up. But like I said, SPY's going to have to pull back, test top of their daily range, tomorrow when they open up. Good stuff. Anything else to look at? I don't look at shiny rocks. I might look at the prices, but yeah, I could care less. But it's sound money, Bilbo. No, it's not. End of my rant about shiny rocks. It was not sound money. It's manipulated. I'll tell you that. Having a smoothie. Little afternoon smoothie. What's going on with oil? Yeah, we're getting robbed blind. It's all good. Just scammers and government. Cardano's running. Cardano's up to $1.20 again, right? And who was like 3 days in a row? Cardano was leading the market into the pump Bitcoin's been having. It's happened before. It's happened before where Cardano will lead a push. I mean, Solana's looking good, right? Almost back at $1.10. Almost back at $1.10. Let's take a look at Solana here. Yeah, of course. Just like Bitcoin, when we were getting towards the end of the day, Solana even dumped. Here's the top. Look, actually, Solana's daily got tested immediately. Top of Solana's weekly, 103.69. Has not been tested yet. I'll tell you what, though, if this thing runs away, it's close. That's pretty close, testing the 68.3. But I wouldn't be a bit surprised, especially Bitcoin comes down to test its weekly. Solana's going to come down and fully test its weekly. Bet on it. Bet on that. Anything sticking out over here on these percentages? Not really. Not really. Shitcoin carousel. Let's go back over here. Anything really sticking out? Not really. Bitcoin, the king. Let's see. Can Bitcoin close a 15-minute candle above the daily? These algos are smart, man. This area has not been tested. Just think if this thing runs up to test this monthly range right here, this red cross line, and the top side of the daily 68.3, say this thing pumps up $500-600. You know how many people are going to be adding on to their positions and then just get absolutely wrecked when it drops a couple $1,000? Be careful out there, folks. But if you see Bitcoin close in a 15-minute candle above this daily range, that could be the scenario. But look at these wicks. No thanks. No thanks. Let's see what happens. Let's see if the bears are going to defend this area and run this thing down to test the bulls down here at the top of the weekly. Or is it, let's see what happens. Or are we going to go up here first? All right, we're going to test this area and then rip it down and really wreck some people. That would make more sense, to be honest, because this is what Bitcoin does. Uses retail traders as liquidity. That's what these algos do. You guys are cannon fodder. You wonder why you never withdraw off the exchanges? What are you, gambling? What are you, junkie? Is it a dopamine rush to lose money? What am I dealing with here? Whew. Goodness gracious. Rant, Bilbo. Get your rant. Oh, nice. Hello, Andy. Andy's in the chat. The Alpha Trading Security Specialist. He is here. Who else we got in there? Oh, beautiful. Oh, my favorite people. Anybody have any questions in the chat? Something really spicy. Some hot sauce to throw, Bilbo. so we can lay that on to the YouTube community. Doesn't appear so. It's crazy too, though, because when you volatility and trade and stuff, it's usually when I start talking about stuff, I usually cover people's questions that they even if they do have them. Because I'm running around all my charts. Things are popping out to me, things that people see. There might be something on a certain time frame. Sayron's good at that. Hey, look at this. And I'm like, oh yeah. But usually I cover all the bases. I really do. I try hard. Try hard anyway. You know what? Real quick before we end this baby, let's just take a peek on SPY up here. I'll disclose. Hmm. I'll tell you what, there's only bear div from way back here. It's been building. Everything's looking good. I mean, I'm telling you, SPY could probably test the top of its daily going into tomorrow. I mean, 4-hour volatility, low. What about the daily? Oh boy. I'll tell you what, guys, we got a massive move coming. Massive move. I'm telling you right now. Bitcoin's going to be at 60K or, yeah, I said or, because you never know. This thing's going to be at 60K or 40. Right? And I'm talking in the next 4 days. You see this volatility on the daily really start to hammer and expand. It's because we are getting the volatility expansion. Bitcoin's either going to dump, go to the top side. I know you YouTubers looking for signals just want to shoot me right now, but hey, this is what we do here. I give you the deal to both sides, guys. And that's what's going to happen. When I look at the volatility, I see a massive move coming. $10,000 move at least. So I'm thinking maybe even a little bit below 40 or 60. This thing can move. We're talking 13K. What is that altogether? $26,000 range. Pretty big. Pretty freaking big. Yeah, that's going to wrap it up, you guys. That's going to wrap it up. Now I'm fully getting ready to make my move across the country. So we're going to see about streams Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. Now this is the trading day Tuesday, but this is the Monday stream. And I'm not going to be able to do them. I'm just so busy trying to get out of here. So we're going to talk with the guys, see if we can get one of the other guys at least to be on, do a live stream, just to talk with the community, trading ideas, what's going on in the market, things of that nature. And with all that being said, hey, if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, first off, wake up. Right? I'm not belittling you. I'm trying to help you. But at the same time, I don't care. If you want to stay on the other side of our trades, knock yourself out, man. Knock yourself out. It must be a great dopamine rush. You lose money. It's even big. You think losing money is a dopamine rush? You should see what it does for your dopamine levels when you're winning. It's incredible. So, a link to our Discord is in the description of all of our videos. We want to help you learn how to trade volatility, probability, and statistics. Go into our shop channel, 2 different levels to our Discord, okay? To get you access to using the alpha trading system, either just a little bit or you get the full access, right? Either way, you're in the Discord. You can watch these streams live in the Discord. You don't have to wait till they come out on YouTube. Open up a support ticket. Tell us what's on your mind. We'll answer any questions that you do have. And I want to thank you guys for being in the chat today. Lovely, lovely. Like I said, I will be moving. I'm probably going to be on the road for 4 to 5 days. But I'm going to have my laptop. I should be able to do some streams once I'm on the road, right? Because I'm going to be chilling, taking my time. So that shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't be a problem. But it's just this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But we'll try to work it out and get somebody else in. And with all that being said, wherever you live in this beautiful blue marble. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will see you when I see you. Thanks, guys.